Hi everyone, thank you for joining. Wow, we have a lot of people joining already. Sorry if you hear any dog barks or squeaky toys. That's Finley, my dog. Okay, oh my gosh, already over 1,000 people. This is crazy. Thank you all for joining. This is wild. My heart is beating so fast right now. Okay, before we get started, I want to make a few things clear. First, I want to say that everything I say on this live call is my own opinion as an individual. I am not suggesting that the Miss USA 2022 pageant was rigged, unethical, tampered with, etc. I am simply just going to share my own personal experience at Miss USA, and you can infer what you wish from that information. So I just got off of a Zoom call with my fellow Miss USA 2022 sisters, just discussing what we want to cover in this call. They've kind of appointed me as the non-official spokesperson of our class, and I am gladly taking on that role. So some of them will be joining me on this call. I know we're going to begin with Lexi Glover, Miss Colorado USA, and her whole experience with not being able to go to Nizook Resort, her headshots, etc. I know she's still getting ready. She just texted me saying she'll hop on whenever she can. So we're still waiting for her. But for those of you who are new here, I am Heather Leo Keefe, Miss Montana USA 2022. I just competed at Miss USA 2022 this past week in Reno, Nevada, and I'm sure you have probably been brought to this live video from a series of TikToks and Reels and things I've been tagged in that went viral regarding the 2022 Miss USA pageant. The first thing being that on live TV, as Miss USA 2022 was crowned, most of the contestants immediately walked off of stage, which I think is unprecedented. I don't think that has ever happened before, so that's the first thing I want to talk about. A lot of you are asking if that was planned. The answer is no. It was not planned. And quite frankly, we as a class of 2022 are tired of people saying we're bitter. We're not bitter. It was not planned. We all just kind of acted in the moment what we thought was right. We are a class of Division I athletes, Harvard alumni, lawyers, doctors, scientists, and people who fought for their citizenship to this country. We are the farthest thing from sore losers. The energy didn't lie. We trusted our gut. We are empowered women sticking up for a problem and an experience that we lived, and never in a million years did we imagine that we would be put in this position, and it hurts us that you all think we're being bitter, but it just takes away from the moment in this journey. We understand how it may look to some of you from the outside, but we are speaking up and jeopardizing our own reputations and titles to speak out on something because that's how important this is to us. And we want to avoid this for future girls who also want to follow a similar path and follow our footsteps. No one should be afraid to stand up for what's right. And that is the main point that I want to get across in this live video. We should all be able to speak out without fear of punishment or retaliation, period. Okay, that's my first point. Period, yes. Okay, let me see who's all on here. Oh my gosh, we have 3,100 people, you guys. This is so many. Let's see. And even if you were better, like, who is really trying to sit here and say anything? Yeah, we all worked our butts off, y'all. I competed for years in this system trying to just get to the Miss USA stage. Several other girls worked 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years to get to this point in our lives, and we all are just really disappointed in the experience that we had this week. And like I said at the beginning, a lot of girls are going to come on here and share their experiences as well, and we're all just sharing our experience. So take it as you wish, infer whatever you want from this information, but we are just sharing what we personally experienced this week. And I don't know, no one can take that away from us. No one can tell us what we experienced besides us. And we feel the obligation to share this information with you all so that you all know what's going on, because there are only 51 of us that actually experienced this and went through it. So I don't know, you all just need to listen to us and our perspective. Everyone else can speculate all that they want, but please hear us out and listen to our stories of what we went through this week at Miss USA, and don't take it lightly, because we are all, like I said, putting our titles on the line, putting our reputations on the line, because that's how strongly we feel about believing and standing up for what is right. And there have been many of us that said we would even relinquish our titles to take this stand, because that's how serious we are about this. Okay, let me check in. I have so many people. That's my dog, if you can hear her. Full support, call them out. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for all of your support. Oh my gosh, I love you guys so much. And let me just say, the support that I have received is honestly mind-blowing. Thank you guys so much for backing me up and backing up the entire class of 2022. It really means a lot to us to have this support. So yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Okay. Lexi, if you're on here, send me a request to join whenever you are ready. But if you're still getting ready, no worries. I'll just keep talking on this. Let me see. Can you lose your Montana title for speaking out? Probably, yeah. But like I said, I don't care. It's more important to me to stand up for what is right than to have the title of Miss whatever. I really just want to bring light to this situation and stand up for myself and the entire class of 2022 and girls who have come before us and after us, because I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of the scandal from last year, also the class of 2021. So yeah, I'm standing up for all of us. Any girl who's ever competed in a pageant, I'm here to speak our truth, my truth, your truth. I think we all have a collective truth that we have experienced in the pageant system at one point or another. So, okay, let me see if Lexi's ready yet. I don't see her. I don't know how. Oh my gosh, a lot of people are requesting to join. I don't know who you guys are. Lexi is going to be the first guest speaker. She is Miss Colorado, USA. And she, let me just give it a little precursor, I guess. So all of the Miss USA contestants, except 2, were treated to a luxury vacation at the Nizook Resort in Cancun back in June of this year. The 2 girls that weren't able to attend were Miss Colorado USA and Miss Texas USA, because they weren't crowned yet. So I think their pageant was the following weekend. So it was just unfortunate with the timing that they weren't able to attend, but it was only because their pageant hadn't happened yet. So I guess they were told that they would have a trip to Cancun sometime at a later date in the future. But Lexi is going to come on here and tell y'all that did not happen. She has not gotten her trip to Cancun. And there's even more tea on that, because she had to pay for her own flight and hotel accommodations. She and her directorship, they had to pay out of pocket to get her to Houston to take her headshot for Miss USA, when Miss USA paid for the rest of us to go to Cancun to get our headshots taken there. So I think that is so wrong that Lexi had to pay out of pocket to do that. But I don't want to take her thunder and speak on that. I'll let her speak more on that whenever she's ready. So let me go to my next point. Yeah, walking off camera, that was not planned. That was the first thing. Next thing. Okay, so let me just explain the hierarchy of the organization for those of you who don't really know, because I feel like there's a lot of new pageant people here that aren't really aware of the structure of Miss USA and the different businesses that are kind of affiliated with it. So Miss USA is owned by Crystal Stewart, who is herself a former Miss USA and Miss Texas USA, I believe from 2008. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. She now owns the Miss USA organization. She took it over last year, and she also owns Miss Brand. I'm not sure if it's Crystal that owns Miss USA organization or if it's Miss Brand that owns it, but in some way, Miss Brand and Miss USA organization are affiliated in some way, because Crystal Stewart runs both of them and they are tied together. So you might hear me say Miss Brand, you might hear me say Miss USA organization. It's kind of the same thing, but they are all based in Houston, Texas, and run by Crystal Stewart, who is a former Miss USA. There's also Miss Academy. So there's all these different like Miss things. Miss USA organization, Miss Brand, Miss Academy. Miss Academy is a pageant coaching school also owned and run by Crystal Stewart. And the thing with that is a lot of girls felt that they needed to work with Miss Academy to feel like they had a chance at doing well at Miss USA, which I think is really unfortunate. So a lot of the girls from the class of 2022 spent money out of their own pocket to fly themselves to Houston, put themselves up in a Houston hotel, pay the tuition to attend this Miss Academy, and be coached by the Miss Academy, Miss Brand team, just because we were kind of led to believe that that's what we were supposed to do. Another thing, the entire staff during Miss USA week was, I think most of them were from Houston. A lot of them were from Miss Academy. A lot of them were coaches at Miss Academy. The chaperones that we had that week, I felt like the entire team of people at Miss USA was people based out of Houston. I see a question. How much is tuition? Oh yes, that's another point that I wanted to make. So tuition at Miss Academy, I think we were just talking about this on the Zoom call. It ranges from like $2,500 to like $14,000 and up, which is insane. But they also have a la carte classes, which you can pay like $500 for an interview session, $500 for a walking lesson, something like that. Don't quote me on any of these prices, y'all. My mind is just in a million different directions right now. But it's a lot of money is the point I'm trying to make. So they really led us to believe that we needed to go to Miss Academy to take these lessons from them to do well at Miss USA. At least a lot of us were under that impression, and we felt that way. Hold on one second. My dog wants to go outside, so let me just open the door for her, and I will be right back. Okay, and we're back. So back on Miss Academy. Yeah, so that's one thing. A lot of girls went to Miss Academy and they felt like they needed to because we were just made to feel that way. I don't know. That's just how we feel. Did they make you buy the Miss Academy white shirts too? Okay, so let me talk about the white t-shirts. A lot of y'all were giving us flack for our fashion this week. That's another thing. We had to wear those white t-shirts and a black bottom every day at Miss USA. And in years past, usually Miss USA is this big fashion event. Girls bring all these outfits. You can see a lot of mine are on this rack right here that I never even got to wear because we were only allowed to wear those white t-shirts and some kind of black bottom, which honestly, looking back, I liked it because it took a lot of stress off of an already stressful week of having to pick an outfit for the day. It was easy to just put on the white top and a black leggings or whatever it might be and just move on with our life, especially rehearsals, just being comfortable. It was nice. I will say that. But our issue with that is we were given one white t-shirt for 7 days. So we were given the option to buy more at $25 each. So you do the math on that. If you wanted a clean shirt for Miss USA rehearsals every day, you had to buy 6 more for $25 each. So yeah, that was an issue that a lot of us had also. A lot of girls rocked that same shirt all week, and more power to them. I personally rotated 2 different white t-shirts all week, and it was disgusting. Honestly, it was really gross. We had spray tan stains all over these shirts. We were sweating in them because we did rehearsals. It was kind of an inside joke with all of us with these dang t-shirts. But yeah, I ended up having to cut the sleeves off of mine at the end and make it into a crop top because I had so many spray tan stains and like deodorant stains. It was absolutely disgusting by the end of the week. And we're all going to burn those shirts probably. But anyway, let me see what these comments are saying. Okay, yeah, licensing, leasing, okay, I'm sorry for any miscommunication that I said on Miss Crystal Stewart owning Miss Brand or whatever. You all know what I'm getting at. The pageant is franchised through Miss Universe, licensed, whatever you want to call it. Please don't get hung up on the semantics of it or quote me on any of that. That's not the point of this. I am just trying to explain what's going on. Okay, let me get caught up on all these. There are are so many comments, you guys. Okay, yes. And Texas gets the biggest Miss Academy prize package. That is true. So I think I saw a post of someone screenshotting the Miss Texas USA prize package, and they get tuition paid for to go to Miss Academy, the pageant coaching school owned by Crystal, for I think it was like $10,000 worth of coaching. Again, don't quote me on this, but it was a significant amount of money compared to what the rest of us got. So all of the Miss USA contestants were given access to online Zoom classes for Miss Academy, which, to be fair, I did attend a few of them. But obviously, we all know Zoom is much different than in person, and it's hard to do a runway walking lesson over Zoom. And it was also group classes too. So, I don't know. It was helpful in a sense, but I think an in-person runway class would have been much more beneficial in a sense. Also, someone said YouTube is free. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so they did give all of us, the access to these Zoom classes. Not everyone took them up on that, but we did have access to that. Okay, what else? Sorry, I'm trying to read all of these comments, you guys. This is insane. I can't believe there's 4,000 people watching right now. I think that's probably more people than watching Miss USA. Okay. Oh yes, Sir Cora, and we were told to bring 7 trendy outfits. Yeah, let me touch on our wardrobe requirements. So, before we got there, I think starting in like May, they sent us out a contestant newsletter every 2 weeks or something. It was like on the 1st and 15th of every month. So I think it started in like May. They started sending us out these contestant newsletters, just sending us updates on what was to come, Cancun, all of that. And then throughout the summer, they just kind of stayed in touch with us. And then several weeks ago in like the July or August newsletter, they gave us a wardrobe requirement list of what to bring to Miss USA. And again, don't quote me on this, but I think they said bring like 7 trendy outfits, basically like several outfits per day for like no matter what kind of event. They did not send us an event schedule. We had no idea what we would be doing. So me, myself, and a majority of the other girls literally brought like 4 suitcases to Miss USA because we had no idea what to expect once we got there in terms of wardrobe requirements. We didn't know what a trendy outfit was. We didn't know what we were going to be wearing it for. We didn't know anything. So we prepared for everything. And let me just say, I brought 4 suitcases and I probably only needed 1 or 2. So I spent hundreds of dollars in checked luggage that I never even opened. And I'm sure a lot of my other girls can agree with me that they did the same thing too, because we had no idea going into Miss USA what to expect. We didn't have a schedule until we got there. And I think even the first day I went to bed not knowing what to expect for the next day. So it was a little unorganized, I will say, but yeah, that's on wardrobe. And also in wardrobe, they told us to bring like several black bottoms. So we figured that would be for the rehearsals outfits, but we also thought that at night there would be some kind of event, like a welcome event, a cocktail event, some kind of event in the evening where we would get to wear our trendy outfit that they told us to bring. No, we pretty much wore the white t-shirt and black pants all week, which, like I said, it was kind of a vibe to not have to worry about another outfit. But we all brought like I brought a rack of cute clothes and I didn't get to wear a single one of them. So I kind of wish, at least in the evenings, we would have been able to dress up in our cute outfits that we brought. And also, a lot of us had sponsors send us clothes that we thought we were going to be able to get to wear that week. So we had sponsored posts. We had people send us clothes that they thought we were going to be able to wear at Miss USA week, and we ended up not being able to wear them. That's a whole other topic that we can touch on in a minute if you guys want to hear more about that. But yeah, we were under the impression that we would be wearing these trendy outfits, and we never did. Another thing, we were told to bring 1 evening gown, which is a hot topic of controversy in all of this because as you all know, the winner of Miss USA ended up wearing 2 different evening gowns. She wore one for the preliminary competition, and then she wore another gown for the final competition. a lot of girls were under the impression that we were only allowed to bring one gown because the newsletter said just bring one gown. They told us to only bring one. So a lot of girls took that as you're not allowed to bring two. But some girls took that as you only have to bring one. You can bring two if you want to. So personally, I brought two gowns. I'm someone who always likes to be prepared for worst case scenario. So I always bring a backup. Some other girls brought a backup too. Some other girls changed from prelims to finals. So that's another thing on evening gown that I wanted to touch on. What else regarding wardrobe? I think that's it. Let me see. Oh my gosh, you guys are going off in the comments right now. I cannot deal with this. Also, Lexi, if you're ready, girl, just send me, someone text me because I can't keep up with all these comments. Okay, I see Carly said she spent $400 on luggage last year. Yeah, girl, I spent that much like each way. It's insane. Oh my gosh, the first impression outfit, Elise. Yes, thank you for reminding me. You guys, okay, the wardrobe requirement said bring a first impression outfit. What do you think when you hear that? That could mean so many different things. I just brought like a business casual, not business casual, like business professional interview outfit that I would wear to like an interview or an appearance or like a formal business luncheon or something like that. That's how I took it as first impression, like a business first impression. We find out at rehearsal on the first day that this first impression outfit is going to be worn on stage. A lot of girls' first impressions outfits had prints on them. I know a lot of girls who changed their mind because they didn't want to wear a print on stage. That changed their whole perception on what they wanted their first impression outfit to be. We had no idea what this first impression outfit was meant to be for. And you all saw on the live telecast that that was the beginning of the show. Okay, Lexi says she's ready. Let me accept. Lexi is joining the call. I am accepting it now. Let's see. Here she is. Okay, everyone. This is.
So I'm getting ready for my birthday dinner. So
okay, girl.
I'll be getting ready as I'm doing this.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to give the floor to you. Want to kind of share your experience with the whole Cancun situation and your headshot.
Yeah, so I know everyone's been asking me and wanting me to say something. And to set the record straight, I never went to Mexico. I took my Miss USA headshot in Houston at, I think it was the Hilton in Houston. Me and Texas were there. We were there together. I was in hair and makeup first, then she went right after me. I never went to Mexico. I am not sure what happened, what got missed, but it's not easy seeing all 50 other girls getting to go to Mexico and I didn't get to go. So, but thank you for the happy birthdays. I appreciate it. And, you know, having all of my girls have my back on this has meant a lot because what do I say? What do I do? You know, it can, oh, I love you, Eric. Yeah, let's all go to Mexico together. But it makes me question, like, did I do something wrong? Is there a reason why I didn't get that? And we don't know. And
no, girl, you did not do anything wrong. We all have your back. Like you said, we got you, girl. You didn't do anything wrong. This is so wrong that you did not get your trip to Cancun. We are demanding justice for Lexi Glover to get to Cancun, you guys.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone. You know, I want to know what happened, and I'm hoping I'll get an answer and get an understanding and maybe get to go to Mexico. I don't know, but it's not easy. My title's more than Mexico. My title's always been more than Mexico, and I knew that from the beginning, and so I was okay with not going. It was kind of nice actually having someone else not go with me because I didn't feel left out. Now I feel left out, and now I feel like it could be personal in a way. So I guess we have to wait and see what happens next. And you guys are all so sweet. You guys have had me crying, and all the support seriously has meant so much. But yeah, that's really what I have regarding Mexico. I never was in Mexico. So to clear the air, I never went to Mexico.
Yeah, I hate to see you cry, girl. That is so sad. And I know you said your title is more than Mexico, and that is so true, but that's not the point. The point is that we all earned this trip to Mexico. We all got to go on this trip, and you're the only one who didn't. That is just not fair.
Yeah. And
That's the point that we are trying to get across. So like I understanding for Lexi to get to Mexico, because that is just not fair.
yeah, and I
So
see people are asking about my Houston trip. So pretty much how it went down is I won, and then my teen and I were rushed into our briefing, and I was a title holder in 2017 as a teen, so I kind of knew what the conversation was going to be like. And we were officially the last girls crowned. Texas was either crowned the day before us or a couple hours before me. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. But in that meeting, my mom and I are like, what do we have to do? Because we figured Miss USA was going to be soon. And she's like, well, you need to go to Houston next weekend. So with that, my directors did book my flight to Houston. And while I was there, I got to look for my dress, things like that. But we booked our hotel and had to get my photo shoot done. I had to go. I had to get that picture. So, and I was excited to do it. And it was nice. Like, okay, I do get to meet another contestant because I did want to meet the girls. It's kind of scary going into Miss USA not knowing anyone, you know? So being able to meet the girls and talk with the girls was important to me, but getting to meet Miss Texas worked. It worked. I was like, I got to meet someone. I got to hang out with someone. And so we took it in the, Hilton pool. I'm pretty sure it was a Hilton. Like I said, I don't remember, but we took it in that pool and we were able to make it look like we were there, which was pretty cool. But then now seeing that we maybe could have just gone to Mexico and maybe not even had to go to Houston, that would have been cool. But
yeah, you guys should have been able to go to Mexico together, in my opinion. But
but I wanted to hop on. I am so late for my birthday dinner handling all of this. And I still have to curl my hair, but I appreciate you for letting me, say it, because it's been scary to come on here and say anything because I don't know what's going to come about this, but I can't not tell my story and tell my truth. So I appreciate you so much for letting me do this. And my girls, I appreciate you guys. You're making me emotional right now. I appreciate you guys so much. And everyone having my back, it's meant a lot to me.
well, we love you and happy birthday. Go enjoy your birthday. Thank you for hopping on. We love you.
Love you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, let's see. Anyone else requesting to join from the class? No. Okay, there's a bunch of random people requesting to join. Sorry, I'm only going to leave this open to my Miss USA 2022 sisters to join, just because I don't want this to get too jumbled. So any of my Miss USA sisters, if you want to hop on, send the request and then text me too so I see, because there's so many people on this call. It's hard to stay up with all of the comments. Okay, let's see. Someone said, okay, sponsors on the judging panel. Yes, that's another issue that I wanted to speak on. So at Miss USA this year, we were all judged on 3 different categories. Personal interview, which was 5 minutes with the judges, fitness, which was our swimsuit, which I'll touch on that in a minute, and then evening gown. So it was all weighted equally, 33 and a quarter or 33 and a third % for each thing. Everything was weighted equally. That was all calculated. We all competed in the preliminaries, and then they selected a top 15 plus a people's choice vote. So 16 girls from the preliminaries to compete in finals on Monday night. But between preliminaries and finals, we also competed in a state costume show just for fun. It didn't count towards the final score judging, but we all still went on stage and competed and were judged in this state costume competition. And the judges for that were different. They were sponsors of the pageant who had worked with the winner in the past, and there is blatant evidence of this. So everything I'm saying can be backed up, and anything else is just my opinion that I'm sharing. So I'm just speaking freely here, but the factual allegations that I'm bringing out, everything like that, we have screenshots, we have evidence to back all of this up. So don't come at me for that, because we have proof for everything that we are alleging. So sponsors were judging the state costume competition, and of course, Texas won the state costume competition as well, which I will say, I think that's when things started to get a little weird for all of us contestants, and we were really like, okay, what's going on here? Because nothing against R'Bonney as a person, and I want to reiterate, this is not, we are not coming out against R'Bonney. We want to make it very clear that we are not in any way attacking R'Bonney as a person. And for those of you who don't know, R'Bonney is Miss Texas USA, who won Miss USA 2022. We do not have any public opinions on her as an individual. This has nothing to do with R'Bonney herself. This is about how we all were treated as a whole by the Miss brand, Miss USA organization this past week in Reno, Nevada, and the things that we all experienced as a class. We all started to put the puzzle pieces together, and we are all collectively sharing our experiences together. And I guess I kind of took it upon myself to really just be the face of this movement and start really being public with my experience. And I've had a lot of girls from our class come up to me and just be like, okay, Heather, you just be the spokesperson for us. Like I said at the beginning of this call, we all, not all of us, but a lot of us got on a Zoom call. A lot of girls told me things that they wanted me to say for them on their behalf. So that's what I'm doing now. I am speaking out on behalf of myself and my class of Miss USA 2022 sisters, who we all shared this same experience. We all saw these same things happen. We all started to put the puzzle pieces together, and now we are coming together as a class and speaking out on it. So again, want to make it clear, nothing against the girl who won Miss USA. We have no hard feelings against her. It is not her fault. These are our issues that we're bringing up with the organization as a whole. Someone asked, do I think she was in on it, or should she step down? I don't know. That's not my place to speak on it. I don't know if she was in on it. I can't say if I was in her shoes, if I wouldn't accept the favoritism too. I mean, I don't know what we can expect of her, honestly. And like I said, we're not blaming her for this, because I don't think she should be blamed for any of this. I think it all falls on the organization of why we all had these experiences this week. Okay, where do I want to go next with this? Let's see. Holly, hi. At least we all had the same experience and you have nothing to apologize for. Yeah, pretty much we all had the same collective experience. And after all of this kind of blew up, we all started sharing our experiences in the group chat and realized that we all literally had the same experience this week. So yeah, we just want to share that with you all, because I've been getting a lot of questions on whether if I knew it was like this, if I would come back and compete again, and the answer is honestly no. So I want to put this out there for girls who are competing in their respective state pageants to know what you're getting into before you sign up for this, because I wish I would have known so that I wouldn't have spent so much time, money, effort, etc. on this kind of experience. Because me personally and a lot of other girls that I've spoken with, this was not the Miss USA experience that we envisioned, that we wanted, and that's really unfortunate. So I don't see it changing unless we speak up. So we are speaking up because we want better for Miss USA class of 2023, 24, and so on. We don't want people stepping in our shoes to experience the Miss USA experience that we just had, period. Okay. Gabriella, we failed y'all and we are sorry. No, I do not want anyone to feel bad. It is nobody's fault. We're, like I said, we just want to speak out for the next class, and even the classes before us. Obviously I'm a very outspoken person. I will always stand up for what's right. Always. So I just kind of felt this obligation to speak out on this, and that's why I'm doing it. So I don't want to make anybody feel bad for not speaking up prior. But I'm just really grateful to have this audience of 4,100 people watching me right now and hearing me out. That means so much to me right now. And I am so thankful that you all are just listening to me and hearing me out, because I feel like collectively we are able to make a difference if we all just come together and just rally on this. Okay. Let's see. Add Victoria on here. Let's see. What's the tea on last year? Okay, I am not going to speak to last year. That is not my place. 2021 girls, if you want to start your own movement, that's on you. But people have asked me to speak out about the 2021 scandal, and I don't feel right. I don't feel like that's my place to do it. I was not involved in that. So y'all can reach out to last year's class on their issues with last year, but I personally just don't feel like it's my place to do that since I wasn't involved, and their scandal was a little more serious than this. There were some serious allegations there. So I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I don't want to act like the victim in that situation when I wasn't involved. So I don't want to step on anyone's toes. But if you all come to me and you want to come on here, since I have this new platform of all these audience people that are watching, I would be happy to facilitate that platform for you to speak out on that. So class of 2021, let me know what you want to do there. But I personally don't believe it's my place to release that information. What is Pageantry Reimagined? Girl, I wish I knew. I don't know what Pageantry Reimagined is. I don't think anybody knows what Pageantry Reimagined is. But it is the new slogan of Miss USA ever since Crystal Stewart took over. She is trying to rebrand the organization. And this is how it's going for her. So I take that as you wish. But I don't think anyone knows what Pageantry Reimagined is right now. Okay. Let's see. What else? Everyone's mental health is at stake here. We were all exploited for an organization's gain. Angel, yes, that I stand with that, and I think we all agree with you. Our mental health was put on the back burner this week, which I think is extremely unfortunate, especially regarding the circumstances of what happened this year with Chesley. And for those of you who don't know, there was a former Miss USA, Chesley Christ, who, I don't even know how to say this without getting emotional. She took her own life this year, and she was a former Miss USA. So there's a whole conversation on mental health and Miss USA contestants. That's a whole nother story. I don't want to get too deep into that, but mental health is a serious issue with pageant girls, and I do want to touch on that a little bit, especially the fact that we were kept in a hotel for 7 days straight. We saw maybe 5 minutes of sunshine. Y'all, they did not let us out of the Grand Sierra Resort. We got to see our families for maybe like a couple minutes the whole week. I mean, I felt like a prisoner. Y'all can chime in, but that's how I explain how I felt this week. I felt like a prisoner. Every time we wanted to leave our room, we had to go in groups, like little prisoners being escorted from here to here with bodyguards, with bulletproof vests on. We were literally, I felt like a prisoner being escorted in shackles from location to location every day during Miss USA. We weren't allowed to leave their site. We had chaperones, we had security on us at all times. I felt so disconnected from reality and from the real world all week at Miss USA. I was literally having like an identity crisis, to be honest with you. I just felt so disconnected. Didn't see the sunlight. I mean, we were in the Grand Sierra Resort, which is like a hotel casino. You know how casinos are. You never know what time of day it is, if it's nighttime, daytime, whatever. There's no natural light. So I think that really affected our mental health also. And the fact that we weren't really able to see our families. There were meet and greets after some of the events each night where we did get to see our families briefly, and then we were drug away by the arm, literally. And it was just uncalled for. We were being held in our little group of all 51 of us, and our families were out in the lobby waiting for us. There was no reason. They were just holding us hostage in the theater. For what? We were all getting so angry. We just want to see our family. Like, they're right out the door. Just let us go. What are you holding us in this holding cell for? We literally felt like prisoners, y'all. It was insane. We felt like prisoners, kindergartners. We are all grown women. Why are we not able to walk out these doors and mingle with our family members? I understand security, but my God, it was ridiculous. Okay, sorry, I just really went on a rant right there. That was not on my list of agenda things to talk about. But how did y'all at least get to go to the pool? No. How did R'Bonney get on the roof to film that video? That's another thing. So there was a video posted today of R'Bonney on the, it looks like the rooftop of the hotel at nighttime in her opening number Giovanni outfit with her Miss Texas USA sash, filming this cute little reel. She looks great. I mean, gotta give it to her. She looks fantastic. But when was that filmed? Because I know I was not able to leave my hotel room to go on the hotel rooftop at night and film this production for Instagram. So we are all very confused. None of us know when that happened. We have tried to hear from her roommate, and I don't think she said anything about it. I don't know. We don't know what happened. But all I know is if I was going to do that, I wouldn't do it when my roommate was around either. So a lot of people are saying ask her roommate. Well, we don't know. We don't know when that was filmed. Okay. You guys went axe throwing. What more did you need? So fun. Yeah, we did go axe throwing. We went, we had like a not mini golf. We went to a driving range. We did this sensology room. So we did outings within, not even an outing. I wouldn't call it an outing. We did activities within the hotel. And I think a lot of us just really wanted to just get outside for a minute and just get some fresh air. Go outside, explore Reno a little bit. We were asked to plug Reno Tahoe in all of our stories, all of our posts every single day while we were there. But how are we supposed to promote tourism to Reno Tahoe when we are not allowed to leave the vicinity of a one little single hotel resort area? Yeah. Okay, what else? Talk about the survey. Yes. Okay, so we were all asked to complete a contestant survey on our experience. Well, Miss Academy, Miss Brand, Crystal, if y'all are watching this, please consider this my survey. Yeah, we were all asked to complete a survey on our experience at Miss USA this week. I didn't even look at it, so I don't know what kind of questions they asked. So sisters, if y'all are on here, please say what kind of questions were on there, because I don't know. I didn't do it because they specifically said you have to complete this survey before finals. Why do you think that is? I don't know. Weird. So I was like, I'm not completing this survey. Y'all can hear from me right now. This is what I have to say. This is my survey. But no, in all seriousness, we all thought it was weird that we had to complete this survey on our experience before the experience was over. It makes no sense. Okay, let's see. You sound bitter. Y'all, like I said, I am sick and tired of y'all saying we sound bitter. We are not bitter. We are a group of educated, empowered women speaking out and standing up for what is right. And if we don't do it, this is going to continue to happen to girls who continue to compete in the future. And we don't want anyone else to have this experience that we had. So if one more person says we're bitter, I swear we're all going to lose it. We are not bitter. We are taking a stand on what we believe is right. And I'm not backing down from that. So sorry. If you think we're bitter, you can exit off this live. Why are you even watching? No, we weren't about to, no background knowledge. Crazy y'all got a survey. You guys didn't even get a survey. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, our survey, we had to complete that before it was even over. Okay, talk about interviews. Let's talk about interviews. Whew. Okay, so we all completed a private interview with the judges that was 5 minutes long on Saturday after prelims. So in the past couple of years, I believe interviews were first. So you got to meet the judges first before they saw you on stage. But this year it was different. They saw us on stage during prelims in evening gown and swimsuit, and then they met us face to face for a private interview the next day. My interview was very political and I didn't get asked good questions. You can ask my mom. I'm sure she's on this call. I called her bawling my eyes out after this interview because I felt personally attacked. And Kaylee Horvath, I don't know if she's on here, Miss Virginia USA, she had the same experience, and we bonded over this backstage because we both felt personally attacked in our interviews with the judges. I walked in there with my bubbly personality. Hey, y'all, I'm Heather Lee from Montana, blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet y'all. I'm excited to be here, whatever. And they didn't even look up from their paper. They just said, your first question, how do you feel about the fentanyl crisis in America? You can't even make eye contact with me. You can't even say hello. This is my Miss USA interview, and you can't even give me eye contact as I'm walking into the room to meet you. Oh, man. Y'all. I'm getting heated. Okay, I need to calm down. Yeah, I felt like they were totally checked out during my interview. I felt like they did not make an effort to get to know me. They were just drilling me with random political questions that had no way for me to tell them who I was as a person. And whenever I started to try to take control of the interview and chime in a little bit with my personality here or there, they would just shut me down and bring it back down to a level that just bad energy. And I don't know, I felt disrespected in my interview. I felt like they didn't give me a chance. I felt like it was over from the second I walked in because they weren't even looking at me when I walked into the room. So that's how I felt, and that's how a lot of other girls felt as well. Like I said, Kaylee Horvath, Miss Virginia USA, she and I both agree that we walked out of that room bawling our eyes out. And for me, personally, y'all can go back and watch my interview that I did with Jimmy, a Queen's Conversation a couple weeks ago. I'm not one to be scared of interviews. I mean, obviously, here I am talking right now. I don't get worked up with interviews. Like, I'm usually feel pretty good about my interview, but that genuinely, I did not feel good about that interview at all. And I'm a very positive person. I like to try to look at the positive outlook of things, but that interview was just bad juju energy. I don't know what it was, but the vibe was just off. And from that moment going forward, I was defeated, to be honest with you. And I've never felt like that walking out of an interview. You know, of course, there's been interviews where I felt I could have done better or, you know, this or that. But this interview, there was just something different about it. It just felt off and wrong. That's how I felt about my interview. Some people were saying they had the same experience. I was completely disrespected. Yeah, I'm sorry that you all had that experience too. Hair and makeup situation. Okay. So we were given the option to use the sponsored hair and makeup team, Kiss and Makeup Houston. Me, personally, I loved my hair and makeup that I got done at the pageant, but not a lot of girls agree with that statement. A lot of girls were so upset with their hair and makeup, and they did not look their best in their opinions. They felt like they were sabotage, for lack of better words. And there were rumors going around that there was a sabotage list. There's no evidence of that, so I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to bring it up that there was rumors of a sabotage list saying that some hair and makeup artists made this list of girls to make look bad in their hair and makeup session. But I'm not even going to touch on that because I don't have evidence on it. And like I said, I want to substantiate every claim that I bring here with hard evidence. And I don't have evidence of that, so we're going to move on. But I do have evidence that a lot of girls say they were not happy with their hair and makeup, specifically my roommate, Michaela. I felt so bad for her. She was so upset with her makeup. She was literally crying. We went back to our room and she had to completely redo her face makeup after the sponsors did it because it just, like, her contour was, like, this is a contour line right here. Like, it covered this whole part of her face. Like, it was way too much. It looked muddy. It just didn't look good. It didn't look professional, and I felt so bad for her. And a lot of other girls felt the same way. Some girls' lip liner was uneven. I mean, it was really unfortunate. But I really only want to speak on my experience. I don't want to speak for other people. But my class did ask me to speak on their behalf for something. So I will say that a lot of them wanted me to let you all know that they were not happy with their hair and makeup. I was happy with mine, but a lot of girls were not happy with their hair and makeup, and they felt like they were sabotaged to look worse. Moving on. Let's see. I was in the hair and makeup chair at 6:45 on finals night when the live show started at 7. Yeah, that's another thing. They kept changing our times for the hair and makeup. And I do remember on finals night, I was in the hair and makeup chair, and I had Blake. He had just finished my eyes, and somebody comes up to him and they're like, "You have 8 minutes to finish her." I didn't have any face makeup, and my hair still needed blow dried. Like, I'm sorry, but that is not happening in 8 minutes. So it was very rushed. It was very, like, not good. They changed our times, so my time slot got messed up. Some girls literally only had like 10 minutes for hair and like 30 minutes for makeup, which doing stage makeup is different than just like an everyday makeup, y'all. It is a full-on routine to do stage makeup. It's totally different than just like an average makeup look. So you need like a full hour at least to do that. So for them to rush that was ridiculous. Okay, what else? Need to keep up with these comments. My hairstylist ripped one of my hand-tied extensions out. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. That is horrible. Thankfully, I brought my Halo hair extensions. I didn't have like permanent extensions put in. I would not trust them with different extensions. Okay. They change the information on the girls all the time. Yes, that's another thing. They change information all the time. I remember there was one day I woke up, and like, keep in mind, these were long days that we had. We would wake up at like 5 a.m. some days and not get done until 1 a.m. with rehearsals and filming. So, we would go to bed and set our alarm to wake up for the next morning based on what we were told that night, just to wake up that morning to a text message saying, "We're leaving the hallway in 10 minutes. And it's like, we didn't have time to get ready. We were rushed. So for y'all coming at us and saying like, how can you be at Miss USA and not be wearing makeup at rehearsals? And why do you all look so bad? Blah, blah, blah. Like, y'all, we were literally run to the ground. We were all so freaking tired. And we would wake up in the morning thinking we had an hour or so to get ready, just to get a text message saying, actually meet me at the hallway and meet me at the elevators in 10 minutes. We're all leaving in 10 minutes. And then if we weren't there in 10 minutes, we would all get our heads screamed off. Like, it was insane. Just the schedule and the lack of consistency during the week. You've had me hooked since 8:30. Oh my gosh, I just realized it's almost been an hour. Thank you all for staying tuned. I'm going to keep talking until I run out of things to say. Perez Hilton, golden opportunity here. Oh my gosh, y'all, please keep tagging Perez Hilton. I saw they were posting stuff about all this. Like, please tag the news outlets. We want to get traction here, and we really want this to be out there. Okay, what else? Would it be fair to say it was unorganized? It sounds that way to me. I said what I said. Take things and infer them as you wish. I'm just sharing my experiences. Are other Miss USA contestants speaking out? Yes, there are a few of them speaking out. I don't think anyone's being as vocal as me. But I talked to a lot of the girls on Zoom earlier, like I was mentioning, and they all kind of mentioned things that they wanted me to share, just because I mean, I'm willing to speak out for all of us. I'm willing to be that voice. I'm willing to put my reputation on the line to do what's right. So here I am. Teens had yoga 2 hours before interview. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So the teens were there with us also. They had Miss Teen USA and Miss USA. And I heard some of the teens literally only had like 30 minutes to get ready for their interview because they were in yoga that morning for like a sponsored yoga event. I could not imagine. Oh, also interview. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so interview was on Saturday. Prelims were on Friday. The show started at 9 p.m. on Friday, wrapped at like, I don't know, guys, what time did it wrap up? Like 10 or 11 o'clock? And then we had to stay afterwards on Friday night after prelims wrapped up to pre-record the opening number for finals night. So this is another thing I want to mention, opening number. If y'all watched the telecast, that was not us live dancing. That was all pre-recorded on Friday night at 1 o'clock in the freaking morning, you guys, okay? It was really hard the opening number. It was difficult choreography, but they grouped us out into different groups. They had like the dancers up front, they had the non-dancers in the middle, and then they just had like the walkers in the back. So they definitely put us into little cliques based on our capabilities in dancing. So that's why you saw a lot of the same girls in the front, because those girls were identified as the best dancers. So on Friday night, we were all pre-taping the opening number. So we did that dance, y'all. How many times? Someone throw it out there. Like at least, 20 times, all those dances. And especially the dancers. I was in like the mediocre dance group, like the second row back. So I wasn't out there killing it like the front row girls. I was just, kind of halving it in the middle, just laying low a little bit, but I was sweating. So I can only imagine how these girls in the front were feeling. And I know they were sweating once we were done with this. So I'm getting to my point. Okay. So we were all so sweaty. And then they say, okay, guys, now we're going to film our opening intros for you all. We were all so sweaty. Some girls, their hair like started curling at the root. Like I have naturally curly hair and it like tends to frizz at the root and get curly. And I know a lot of other girls do too. So like our hair was not cute by the time we were sweating and just like gross by the end of that rehearsal. And then they say, okay, get ready to film your opening intro. And our opening intro was whenever they introduced us all in the final telecast, like Alabama, and then they showed her picture of her and her little opening number just modeling for a couple seconds. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying filming our intros. So we did not, we all looked great. Looking back on it, we all looked great, but we felt like we didn't look our best because we had just finished several hours of competing in prelims, plus a pretty strenuous rehearsal where we were all sweating profusely. And then we had to film our opening intro for Miss USA that was going to be filmed on live TV. So a lot of us were really upset with that. And rightfully so, because some girls had their hair up for prelims and they wanted to wear their hair down for their intro. We didn't know what was going on. And if we knew, we would have prepared differently. And then there were 3 dance numbers. Only like half of us were in the third one. And for those of us, myself included, that were in the third dance number, we had even less time to get ready for this opening intro. I was literally rushed. I did not have time to even fix my lipstick or do anything. They literally just had me go backstage, look at myself really quick, and then they rushed me back out. Why? I don't know. Everything was hurry up and wait. I was so upset. They rushed us all out of the dressing rooms to just sit on stage and wait for our turn. And I'm Montana, so I'm like halfway through. I'm like, I'm not going to wait through all of these. I could be fixing my hair and makeup while these girls are going. There's no reason I shouldn't be allowed to go back to the dressing room to get myself ready when I was just in the last group doing my dance. So I guess I was a troublemaker all week. I don't know. I went against the rules. I went backstage and I fixed myself because I was like, this could be my only time on national TV. I want to look good. Sorry. Y'all would do the same thing. So I went backstage and fixed my hair and makeup and then came back out. And what do you know? I still had to wait. They weren't ready for me yet. So that was another thing that was really annoying. A lot of it was just hurry up and wait. And we were all sitting around when we could have been doing more productive things with our time, which was annoying. Okay, anything else on opening number? Am I missing anything, guys? Let me know. Why were they so strict? I don't know. I wish I knew. Talk about the photos. What photos are you talking about? Lucas, tell me what photos. The Cancun photos? Maybe? I can talk about the Cancun photos. So our Cancun headshots, we all took our headshots in Cancun, except of course the 2 that we mentioned in the beginning. And we filmed them or took them with like wet hair in a pool where we looked half naked. I didn't really love it, especially that's just not the image that I wanted to portray for my Miss USA headshot, because in the past we all see like these gorgeous Miss USA glam shots where everyone's hair is done, and I like I said, this is not the Miss USA experience that I envisioned for myself, and that's what's so upsetting about it. I did not, like, all these years as a little girl looking up to Miss USA and always wanting to be there, I'd never in a million years pictured that my Miss USA headshot would be taken in a pool, half naked from the boobs up, with my hair wet and slicked back. To me, that is not pageantry reimagined. I didn't like it. That's my opinion on it. Y'all can chime in. That's my opinion. Oh, the photos. Oh my gosh. Okay, the photos from the pageant. Yes. Y'all, you think we get our photos and videos from competing, right? No. We have to pay $450 if we want a single photo, footage, video, photo, whatever footage of us competing at Miss USA, once in a lifetime opportunity that only 51 girls in the country get every year. We have to pay them, on top of everything else we've already paid for, $450 to get footage of us competing at Miss USA. I think that's wrong. Personally, I think that's wrong. We should not have to pay $450 to get footage of us competing at Miss USA when they have access to these photos and they are using them to promote their organization for monetary gain, but we don't even get access to these photos. I'm not paying for it either, Holly. I'm not paying for it. Yeah. Okay. What else? Bikinis. Yes. Okay. Let me talk about bikinis. We did not get to pick them. A lot of you think we picked them. This is not true. We were given a bag with the bikini in it at orientation, and we were just told, this is your bikini, here you go, deal with it. Miss Idaho USA and I immediately took our bikinis to the bathroom and tried them on. I was given an extra small and she was given a medium. For those of you who know Jordana and I'm a medium and she's an extra small. We were told we weren't allowed to trade or anything, and that what we got was what we got and we just had to be happy with it. I'm sorry, y'all. I do not fit in an extra small. I got curves. I have a booty. Like, I'm a size 4'6" on the bottom. I am not an extra small. And I was really freaking out because if I had to wear that bikini on the Miss USA stage, my whole butt cheeks were going to be out. And that is not the look that I wanted for myself on the Miss USA stage. So, it's over now. So I guess I can say it. Jordan and I ended up trading bikinis because I mean, obviously, like, they told us we couldn't, but I'm sorry, I'm not an extra small. It didn't fit me, so I'm going to wear the size medium that fits me. Okay, it's been an hour. I don't know. Should I wrap this up? Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's so many messages. Yeah, no one gets to pick their bikinis. They're always given out randomly. Yeah, that's true. I think that's been the same for Miss USA in years past, but just for everyone who doesn't really know or doesn't follow the Miss USA stuff, usually the girls do not get to pick their bikinis, so that's not something new. It usually is always like that. There wasn't even technically a photographer for the teen show. I don't know about that. Wasn't even given the option to purchase stage videos. That's so sad. Yeah, at least we were given the option to at least buy our videos, but I know a lot of us aren't doing that because I've already spent so much money on this. I genuinely can't afford $450 for a couple of pictures and videos from my experience. And also, the live stream, people had to pay to watch that too, which was an absurd amount. I think it was like $150 for all the live streams. Correct me if I'm wrong on the numbers. Like I said, don't quote me on any numbers. I'm not good at numbers. But the live streams were ridiculous. And I think in years past, they've been live streamed for free. So I don't know. I mean, it's just, everything is paid for and it's insane. Also, another thing I want to touch on, a lot of people assume that our families, that we get like 2 free tickets to everything for our families. Not true. Our families have to pay to come to Reno and watch us as well. We don't get free tickets to anything for our families. We get in as contestants, but our families have to pay. And even dress rehearsals was a ticketed event that was paid for. Someone asked if the walk-off stage was organized when Texas won. Oh, also, while we're on money, we were all asked to sell ad pages that were for the program book for Miss USA for $1,500, and the Miss USA program book, $1,500 each. And the girl who sold the most, they incentivized it. So they were trying to get us to sell a lot because the girl who sold the most ad pages got her own private suite at Miss USA. What else? This is insane. Yeah, it is. Well said, thank you. Did I miss something? Heather, talk about the explicit dinner we had in Cancun. Oh my gosh, should I talk about that, you guys? Someone call her. Wait, wait, let me check my text messages. Why is everyone calling me? Someone get her attention. Y'all, why are you texting me? Did I miss something? Okay, I don't know what's going on. My girls are calling me saying someone get Heather's attention. Someone comment in the live. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. Should I talk about the Cancun thing, you guys? Check your text. Okay, I'm checking my text. I don't see it. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Let me see what I missed, you guys. Okay, let me just hit on the Cancun thing. Okay. While we were in Cancun, I had fun in Cancun. And actually, I had fun at Miss USA, to be honest with you, because, you know, I am a positive person and I just want to have a good time. So I went into it with a positive attitude. It is what it is. Whatever. I'm going to have fun at the end of the day. So in Cancun, everyone wants to talk about the dinner. Someone said they thought the dinner was fun. I thought the dinner was fun too. But basically, they took us to this like exotic dancing restaurant place where they had these like exotic dancers. I don't know. It was interesting. I don't know. People are telling me don't talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Okay. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I've said enough. I've said what I needed to say about Miss USA for now. There is probably going to be more coming in the next couple of days. But to reiterate, the whole thing that started this was the crowning of Miss USA 2022 on Monday night when all the contestants walked off stage without congratulating the new winner. This was not planned. This is not intentional. People are saying we're bitter about it, and I'm just coming on here to say we're not bitter. We are just standing up for what is right. I've said this time and time again. I will repost this whole live so y'all can go back and watch what I said at the very beginning on this. But we just want to stand up for what is right, and we don't want anyone else to feel fear of speaking out for their truth and their experience. And I don't want anyone to feel fear of punishment or retaliation for speaking out on any kind of experience that you've had in life. So by me doing this, I just want to be an example to anyone out there to always speak up for what is right, speak out for what you believe in, and don't be afraid to do that. Don't ever be afraid to stand up for what is right, because I was afraid at the beginning of this about the backlash that I would get, and I've definitely gotten backlash. I'm sure there's a lot of comments in here that I missed that are hating on me. But I don't care, because I'm always going to stand up for what is right. And the support that I've received as a result of all of this outweighs the hate by miles and miles. Like, seriously, the support that I've received from this, thank you all so much for your support. I never in a million years thought that I would get so much support. I thought I would get more hate than support. Definitely gotten my fair share of hate, but the support outweighs it so much. So thank you all for having my back. Thank you to the class of 2022 for allowing me to speak on your behalf. And I'm not speaking on everyone's behalf, but a lot of our class, was on a Zoom call before this, and we just kind of collectively shared our ideas, and I'm just kind of sharing what we all spoke about, and they gave me permission to share that with you all. So with that being said, again, just want to make it very clear that we are not in any way trying to say anything was rigged or anything against R'Bonney personally. We're not attacking her. We do not have any public opinions on her as an individual. This has nothing to do with her. This is just about how we were all treated during Miss USA week, our thoughts as a whole on how we were treated by Miss USA and our thoughts on that. These are our opinions that we are just sharing with you. Take and infer them as you wish. Shout out to the entire class of 2022. I love you all, and thank you for everyone for your support. I love everyone. I love you all, sending love and positivity. And good night, everyone. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Adam. Hi, Cody. Hi, Genesis. Okay, let's get started. So, good evening, everyone. It has been a really long day. I just want to start off by saying this is going to be quick. This is not going to be as long of a live as it was last night. I just have a few things that I want to say and get off my chest and just put an end to everything. So, to start off, I just want to say thank you to all of the supporters of me, of the Miss USA class of 21 and 2022. Thank you for everyone who has come forward sharing your stories as well. Sorry, that's my dog and her squeaky toy. Just thank you all. We have truly made an impact. We have been seen and we have been heard. Someone said you can't hear me. Can everyone else hear me? Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to assume you guys can hear me, right? Someone say no. Okay. I'm just going to keep talking. Anyway, I was saying thank you all for your support. It truly means a lot to me. There has been an outpouring of support in my comments and in a lot of the other contestants' comments. There's been a lot of hate too, but really the support has outweighed it. So thank you all for that. I really appreciate it. And that makes this all worth it. We have been seen and we have been heard, and that is proven by what came about today, which was the town hall meeting that we had with Paula Shugart, the president of the Miss Universe organization. She tuned in to my live stream last night. She listened to what I had to say, and she met with all of us contestants today, this afternoon, for about 2 hours, which was not is what we were expecting at all. But I'm really happy that we had that conversation. Finley, would you please stop? You guys wanted to see my dog. I'll show you her really quick. This is Finley. She's a mini Aussie and she has her own Instagram. Yeah, this is Finley. She wanted to say hello to everyone. Anyway, back to the town hall meeting. So, Paula tuned in last night to my live stream, which I really appreciate that she did that. She took the time to hear me out, and then she heard everyone else out today during our town hall, which was this afternoon. We all kind of just shared our experience, and before we met with Paula, a lot of us met separately, just amongst ourselves, to kind of discuss what we wanted to bring up and what we wanted to talk about. I'm not going to go into the specifics of that out of respect for everyone involved. I don't think that's necessary, but we spoke our truth. We said what we needed to say. I truly feel that we have been seen and we have been heard, but only time will tell and their actions will tell. So we'll see what comes about. But I think it was a really productive call today. I'm happy with where everything is going. The entire point of me speaking out was to get the organization's attention, and we did that. We caught the attention of the Miss Universe organization, and the president within 24 hours had a meeting with all of us. So that was my goal. So I think my purpose is done here. I think I'm gonna kind of reel it back in a little bit. And like I said, out of respect for everyone involved, the class of 2022 and MUO, I'm not gonna share any more specifics of what was said. So, sorry guys, I'm just gonna leave it at that. MUO will probably release a statement or something. But that's that. We were seen and we were heard. And I appreciate that. So that was on the town hall. And let's see, I have so many comments coming in. I wasn't really going to do a Q&A session. So I'm just going to stick to what I wanted to say. So the town hall, I wanted to bring that up because I promised you all that I would do a live about it. So this is my live. I'm sorry that I am not going into the specifics of anything, but I just feel like out of the respect for everyone involved, I really don't want to do that. Also, like I was saying, the whole point of me speaking out was to get the attention of the national organization and even the Miss Universe organization, and I did that. So our voices were heard today in the town hall meeting, and my work here is done, I feel like. So thank you all again for your support and for everyone who has reached out, people who have stood up for us and backed us through all of this. We really appreciate that. And I just want to end on the fact that I said this in my last video that I posted, how social media it's so great that we have this platform to speak our opinions and share our ideas and thoughts, but I really hope that I can inspire you all to quit acting like enemies and just join together. We're all on the same team here. We all want the same outcome. And what would the world look like if we all just started lifting each other up instead of dragging each other down? I think it would be a much better place. So I really hope that is the message that you all take from this. Please choose kindness, honesty, and positivity above all. We are all human, and thank you again to those who have supported me and the entire class of 2022.